When Tesla first unveiled the Supercharger network more than a decade ago,
In the early
it
days,
wasn't just about
the
charging
vision was
cars.
audacious.
It was about building the invisible backbone
The
of
network's
electric
success
mobility.
was undeniable, but with
Every
rapid
red and white
adoption came
charging
new
stall
challenges.
along highways
Demand surged,
whispered a
and the
promise
existing
of freedom from range anxiety.
The rapid growth
Fast
of the
forward to
Supercharger network
2025,
presented a clear
and
challenge.
that promise has evolved into something far bigger.
The future of
The
electric
birth of
mobility
Supercharger
demanded a
V4,
charging
a
infrastructure that was
system
not just
that doesn't
faster,
just serve
but
Tesla
smarter.
drivers anymore.
The
It's becoming
evolution
the
of
universal
charging
gateway
infrastructure
to a
wasn't just
faster,
about
cleaner
raw power,
transportation era.
but about accessibility.
The first public V4 Superchargers
The relentless pursuit
appeared
of
quietly
speed
in the
and
Netherlands
efficiency
in
led to a critical
2023.
innovation: liquid
A
cooling.
few sleek minimalist stalls, taller with
This
longer
was the
cables,
moment.
and a fresh
The
industrial
V4
design
Supercharger,
marked
once
the
a
beginning
symbol of
a new
Tesla's
phase.
proprietary network.
By 2024, installations
For the
had
first
expanded
time,
across
drivers
Europe
of
and North
non-Tesla
America,
EVs could
and
experience
now
the
in
speed
25,
and reliability
the US
of the
rollout
V4
is
Supercharger.
accelerating.
As the
According
world
to
grappled
Cinco
with the
Dias,
escalating climate
these new
crisis,
units
a
deliver
global
up to
consensus began to form.
325 kilowatt
Widespread
charging
electrification
power, and internal Tesla documents
Across the
reveal
Atlantic,
scalability
governments are
up
also
to
stepping up.
500 kilowatt
In the United
equivalent
States,
in the near
the
future.
NEVI program is
That's
channeling
half a
federal
megawatt
funds.
enough to
Process.
replenish most
Across the
modern
Atlantic,
EVs
governments
in
are
less
also
than
stepping
15
up.
minutes.
In the United States,
So
the
what makes
NEVI
this
program is
generation
channeling
different?
federal funds to
For starters, it's
Tesla's
not only about
dominance
raw
is not
speed.
just in vehicle sales,
Tesla V4
but in the foundational
represents a
infrastructure that
philosophical
supports
shift,
them.
a move toward openness.
Tesla's dominance
After
is not
years of
just in
keeping its
vehicle
charging
sales,
network
but in the
exclusive to
foundational
Tesla vehicles,
infrastructure that
the
supports
company
them.
has embraced the CCS
But the future of
standard,
electric mobility
enabling
isn't just
non-Tesla
about
EVs
raw
to
speed.
plug in and
It's
charge.
about intelligence.
It's a strategic leap that transforms the Supercharger
This is where the
network
intelligence of the
from a
V4
brand perk
Supercharger
into a
truly
public
shines.
infrastructure giant.
During peak hours, when demand
With
is
that,
high, the
Tesla
next
isn't
evolution
just
in
selling
charging
cars
convenience
anymore.
is plug
It's
and
building
charge.
the roads of the
Simply
future,
plug in your
one
vehicle,
charging
and the
cable at a
system
time.
handles the rest.
The launch comes at a crucial moment.
Behind every seamless
Governments
charging
worldwide
experience
are
is a
pouring
robust
billions
system
into
of predictive
electrification.
maintenance.
The
Tesla's
United States
V4
has
Super,
committed over $7.
the Tesla app
$5
transforms
billion
charging from
under
a
the
chore
NEVI program
into an integrated
to expand
part of the driving
high-speed
experience.
EV chargers across interstate highways.
The evolution of the
Europe's
Supercharger
AFIR
wasn't just about
regulations
power.
now
It was about
require
form,
charging hubs
a
every
deliberate
60
pursuit of a
kilometers.
clean.
Amid all
The
this,
Supercharger network
Tesla's head
is built
start
to
with
withstand
more than
the elements.
6,000 stations
From the harshest
and
sun
over
to the deepest
60,000
snow.
stalls worldwide,
The modular
makes
design
it
of
the
the
largest
V4
and most
Supercharger
reliable
means that
network
even if a
on Earth.
component needs servicing,
Now,
downtime is
V4
minimized.
sets the standard for how fast charging should look,
Safety
feel,
is paramount.
and perform.
The V4
But let's
Supercharger
ask the bigger
incorporates
question,
reinforced connectors,
why does this matter
easily
so
accessible.
much?
the integrated energy ecosystem.
Because every minute
Solar
shaved
panels
off
on the
a
roof
charging
capture the
session
sun's power,
brings us
stored
closer
in the
to
Tesla
making electric
Powerwall for use
vehicles
day or
as
night.
convenient as gasoline cars and more sustainable
This expansion
by design.
is fueled by strategic
Tesla.
alliances. By partnering with
V4's
leading retail chains,
325
This
kilowatt
isn't
rate
just about
already
building
puts
chargers.
it among the fastest in
It's
the
about
industry,
weaving a global
rivaling
tapestry
IONITY's
of energy.
350 chargers in Europe
Reliability
and Electrify
is paramount.
America's 350
When you're on a road trip,
network
the
in
last
the
thing you
US.
need is
Yet
a
what
dead
really
charging
sets
station.
Tesla apart is the integration. Each V4
This
stall
is the
communicates
end-to-end
directly with the
experience
vehicle
Tesla has
and the
engineered.
Tesla app, calculating optimal
But beyond
current
the technology,
flow and
the
battery
true
temperature
measure of adoption
to
lies
maximize
in trust.
efficiency.
And trust
No
is
credit
built on
cards,
reliability.
no complicated screens, just plug in
In the fiercely
and go.
competitive EV charging arena,
The longer cable
understanding the
design
landscape
is another quiet
paramount.
but vital innovation.
Tesla's commitment
Early
extends
Tesla
beyond
Superchargers
performance
had
and
short,
innovation.
stiff cables
It's deeply
that fit
rooted in
perfectly for
creating an
Model S
inclusive
and
charging
Model 3,
experience.
but not for cars with ports in different places. V4 fixes that. Its extended liquid-cooled cable can reach any charging port position from front left to rear right, an essential step for serving other brands like Ford's Mustang Mach-E or Hyundai's Ioniq 5. And yes, it's built tough enough for the massive Cybertruck. Elon Musk has called the Supercharger network one of Tesla's greatest assets, and analysts increasingly agree. While competitors struggle with reliability issues and maintenance downtime, Tesla's stations boast an uptime rate above 99%. That kind of consistency is no accident. It's a result of vertical integration. Tesla designs the hardware, software, and power electronics in-house. Every supercharger is essentially a smart microgrid node, often paired with solar panels and Powerwall batteries, making it as sustainable as the vehicles it charges. Yet beyond the numbers lies a larger vision. Tesla is turning charging from a pain point into an experience. Imagine pulling into a V4 station that not only charges your car, but offers Wi-Fi LED, lighting rest zones, and in some locations, a mini Tesla store or coffee bar. The company's future plans hint at destination hubs, sustainable energy plazas, powered entirely by solar and battery storage. Charging will no longer be a chore, it will be part of the journey. Of course, Musk's ambitions don't end there. With the arrival of the Cybertruck and the upcoming Redwood affordable EV, Tesla expects a massive surge in charging demand. Supercharger V4 is how the company future-proofs itself for that wave. As more automakers adopt Tesla's North American charging standard. NACS. The network could become the default refueling infrastructure for millions of EVs, not just Teslas. By the end of this decade, we might look back at Supercharger V4 the same way we look at the original Model S as a turning point. It's more than a new charger, it's Tesla's way of redrawing the map of mobility. As Musk once said, "The goal was never just to build cars, it's to build the entire machine that builds the cars." With V4, that machine now extends to the roads themselves. So the question remains, when the world hits 500 kW charging speed, will we still think of Tesla as a car company or as the architect of the electric future? When Tesla's engineers began designing Supercharger V4, their mission was clear: reduce charging time by half while preparing the grid for the next generation of high-voltage EVs. To achieve that, they completely reimagined every element from cable length and cooling to power electronics and network intelligence. 1. 325 kilowatts of real-world power. Each Supercharger V4 stall delivers up to 325 kilowatts of direct current, roughly 30% more than V3's 250 kilowatt. In practical terms, a Model Y performance can recover 250 miles, 400 kilometers of range in about 15 minutes, while future 800-volt vehicles will unlock even shorter sessions. Internal documents and field data reported by Cinco Dias suggest the new architecture could scale to 500 kilowatt once the software and cooling systems are validated effectively, matching Porsche's and Lucid's upcoming ultra-fast chargers. Unlike most public chargers that advertise peak rates, few cars can sustain. Tesla's algorithm dynamically adjusts current flow to keep the pack near its thermal sweet spot. The result: steadier power curves and less battery stress, a crucial advantage for longevity. 2. Next-generation cooling and cable design. One of the most visible upgrades is the longer, thinner, liquid-cooled cable. Early superchargers used short, rigid cables optimized for Tesla port positions. V4 stretches nearly 3 meters longer and uses a new dielectric coolant that keeps conductor temperatures up to 30 degrees Celsius lower under load. This allows higher continuous current and makes the cable light enough to handle with one hand, even for heavy vehicles like the Cybertruck. The longer reach solves a persistent headache. EVs from other brands have charging ports scattered everywhere, front left, rear right, even behind headlights. With V4, any car, regardless of port placement, can dock easily without awkward parking maneuvers. 3. Built for the future. 1000-volt architecture. Perhaps the most forward-looking feature lies beneath the steel shell. V4 operates on a 1000-volt bus, up from V3's 500V, preparing Tesla's network for next-generation high-voltage systems. Vehicles like the Hyundai Ioniq, the Kia EV6, and Porsche Taycan already use 800V battery packs. Tesla's future models, including the affordable Redwood EV and the next-gen Roadster, are expected to follow. This elevated voltage enables thinner cables, smaller losses, and the possibility of 500 kilowatt bursts when grid conditions allow. To balance such massive energy flow, Tesla deploys solid-state relays and wide-band gap semiconductors, SiC MOSFETs, inside the power modules. These components switch faster and generate less heat, reducing conversion losses by up to 20%. Less waste heat means smaller cooling hardware and therefore cheaper deployment. 4. Smart power distribution. Instead of giving each stall a fixed 250 kW cap like V3, the V4 cabinets share a common 1 mil-door power pool. Software continuously reallocates unused capacity between cars. If one vehicle throttles down after 60%, the freed energy instantly routes to the next stall, maximizing throughput. This dynamic load balancing minimizes idle time and increases site revenue without upgrading grid connections. Some V4 stations integrate power packs or mega packs that store off-peak energy and release it during high demand. In sunny regions, rooftop solar arrays recharge these batteries, turning each site into a micro-energy hub that eases grid strain while lowering operational cost. 5. Connectivity and data integration. Supercharger V4 is in essence an IoT-driven charging ecosystem. Every stall runs on a custom Tesla OS connected to the company's global network via Starlink and LTE. Real-time diagnostics predict hardware failures before they occur. Temperature sensors, voltage monitors, and current shunts stream gigabytes of data per day to Tesla's analytics cloud, where AI models learn usage patterns to improve scheduling and energy routing. For drivers, that intelligence translates into seamless experience, plug-and-charge authentication, automatic billing, and instant status updates through the Tesla app. Non-Tesla drivers using CCSE adapters enjoy the same interface, proof that the company's openness is more than a marketing move. It's an ecosystem shift. 6. Physical redesign. Form meets function. Standing nearly 1 meter taller than its predecessor, the V4 pillar looks sleeker and more architectural. The cable now exits from the side instead of looping through an open arch, improving reach and durability. Minimal LED lighting around the port provides nighttime visibility and visual cues, white for idle, blue for charging, green for completion. Each stall carries embedded sensors that detect vehicle proximity and adjust lighting automatically, subtle touches that make charging feel futuristic yet human. Inside, the power modules are now modular hot swappable units, meaning a technician can replace a failed component in minutes without shutting down the entire site. This design choice, inspired by Tesla's Gigafactory maintenance philosophy, keeps uptime near the company's 99% target. 7. Safety and regulatory compliance. Delivering half a megawatt of electricity safely requires rigorous engineering. Tesla added multi-layer insulation, arc fault detection, and liquid cooling leak sensors. Each cabinet automatically isolates faulty circuits and reports anomalies to the operations center. Compliance with IEC and UL standards ensures compatibility across continents. Fire-resistant materials and automatic disconnection features make these chargers among the safest in the world. 8. Real-world performance and feedback. Pilot sites in the Netherlands, France, and Arizona show promising data. According to early users, session times have dropped by 30 to 40%, and connector temperature remains significantly lower. Fleet managers appreciate shorter queues and improved reliability. Critical metrics for logistics operators considering electrification of delivery vans or pickup fleets. Tesla's next step is software expansion. A firmware update planned for late 2025 will unlock adaptive cooling curves and finer load balancing, potentially shaving another 2 minutes off typical sessions. 9. Cybertruck compatibility and heavy vehicle scaling. The debut of the Cybertruck posed an unusual challenge: massive battery capacity and unique geometry. Supercharger V4 includes reinforced cable sleeves and parking lane adjustments to accommodate the pickup's dimensions. Some U.S. stations now feature drive-through layouts, letting trailers or utility vehicles charge without unhitching. Engineers are also experimenting with megacharger modules for the semi-truck that share core V4 technology, indicating a unified design language across Tesla's energy network. 10. Efficiency and environmental impact. Efficiency isn't just a buzzword. Each V4 unit converts up to 96% of incoming AC power into DC output. The reduced losses translate to lower carbon intensity per kilowatt-hour delivered. Combined with Tesla's renewable energy integration, the company estimates its global charging network offsets hundreds of thousands of tons of CO2 annually, and that figure will rise as solar generation expands. When Tesla started installing its first supercharger stalls in Europe more than a decade ago, few imagined that those slim white pillars would one day become the backbone of the global EV charging map. Yet here we are in 2025, more than 6,000 supercharger stations and 60,000 stalls worldwide, stretching from the Arctic Circle to the deserts of Nevada. And the newest generation Supercharger V4 is now Tesla's key weapon in a much bigger game, transforming its private network into a shared revenue-generating government-backed infrastructure. 1. From closed network to open ecosystem. For years, Tesla's charging network was a walled garden. Owners loved its reliability. Rivals envied it. But with the rise of the CCS and NACS standards, the world demanded compatibility. Tesla's response was bold: open the gates. The first open pilot began in the Netherlands in 2023, when Tesla quietly allowed non-Tesla EVs to use selected Supercharger V4 stalls. By 2024, the experiment expanded to 15 countries across Europe and North America. Today, through the Tesla app, Ford, GM, Hyundai, and Rivian owners can charge seamlessly at thousands of V4 locations. It's more than inclusivity, it's strategy. Every new driver plugging into a Tesla charger becomes a customer inside Tesla's software ecosystem, even if they've never driven a Model Y. Elon Musk summarized it best on X. Opening the network is good for EV adoption, good for the planet, and good business for Tesla. 2. Government partnerships and incentives. Tesla's expansion aligns perfectly with public policy. In the United States, the National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure (NEVI) program allocates $7.5 billion to deploy 500,000 fast chargers nationwide. One requirement: they must be open to all brands. By adopting CCS compatibility, Tesla instantly qualified. According to Reuters, nearly 50% of new federally funded sites in 2025 will use Tesla hardware. Europe follows a similar path. The Alternative Fuels Infrastructure Regulation AFIR mandates high-power chargers every 60 kilometers, 37 miles, along the Trans-European Transport Network. Tesla's dense footprint already meets or exceeds those standards, giving it a head start over competitors such as IONITY and Total Energies. This synergy between private innovation and public investment is rare and intentional. Governments get reliable infrastructure. Tesla gets subsidies and data access. It's a win-win that accelerates adoption without draining the company's capital reserves. 3. Strategic market priorities. Tesla divides its charging roadmap into 3 tiers. Tier 1, mature EV markets, Western Europe, the US, Canada, and Japan. Focus upgrading existing V3 sites to V4 and adding renewable energy generation. Tier 2, emerging growth regions, Eastern Europe, Australia, Middle East, Southeast Asia. Focus deploying new hubs in partnership with local utilities. Tier 3, frontier regions, Latin America, India, and Africa. Focus low-cost modular superchargers powered by solar plus battery microgrids. Each region uses slightly different cabinet configurations. In sun-rich regions like Spain or Arizona, solar roof canopies paired with megapacks store midday energy and deliver nighttime charging. In dense urban zones like London or Shanghai, compact urban V4 modules integrate into underground parking garages, turning every corner into a charging node. 4. Partnerships with automakers. What began as rivalry is evolving into alliance. When Ford announced in 2023 that its EVs would adopt Tesla's NACS connector, it triggered a domino effect. GM, Rivian, Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, Hyundai, Kia, and even Toyota later followed. By 2025, over 75% of new EVs sold in North America support the standard. This shift effectively crowns Tesla's Plug as the de facto North American standard, something no regulation could have forced. More importantly, it turns the Supercharger network into a recurring revenue platform. Each non-Tesla session generates service fees, software usage, and data. A business line that analysts at Morgan Stanley project could exceed $3 billion annually by 2028. Tesla isn't just selling electricity, it's selling convenience, uptime, and trust. 5. Business Model 2.0 Supercharger as a Service. Internally, Tesla refers to its new approach as SaaS Supercharger as a Service. Instead of owning every site outright, the company now partners with property developers, gas station chains, and hotel networks. Tesla provides the hardware maintenance and software. Partners provide the land and grid connection. Revenue is shared through long-term contracts. This model drastically accelerates deployment while reducing capital expenditure. Think of it as franchising for clean energy. Similar to how Starbucks licensed its stores globally, Tesla licenses its chargers, but with kilowatts instead of coffee beans. In China, for instance, Tesla cooperates with local firms to integrate V4 modules into mixed-use complexes. In Europe, Shell and BP have expressed interest in hybrid sites combining traditional fuel pumps with Tesla superchargers. The symbolism is powerful oil giants becoming hosts for electric fuel. 6. Integration with energy products. The supercharger network doesn't stand alone. It's part of Tesla's broader energy ecosystem. Many V4 sites now feature solar canopies feeding power into on-site power packs or megapacks, creating miniature renewable microgrids. During peak demand, these batteries discharge to support the grid, a process called vehicle-to-grid offset. Tesla's energy division manages this through AutoBidder, its AI trading platform that sells surplus electricity back to utilities. Each charging hub becomes a small power plant, earning revenue while stabilizing local supply. In California, early trials reduced grid congestion by 15% during summer 2024 heat waves. The long-term vision. A global web of autonomous, self-powered charging ecosystems that communicate with one another in real time, a true energy internet. 7. Competitive landscape. Competitors aren't sitting still. IONITY Europe boasts chargers up to 350 kW. Electrify America USA continues to expand under VW settlement funds, and BYD is building its own public network in China. Yet most face reliability issues: broken cables, offline terminals, inconsistent payment systems. Tesla's key differentiator remains integration. Every charger, car, and app speaks the same digital language. Moreover, Tesla's maintenance philosophy, hot swap modules, remote diagnostics, predictive analytics keeps uptime above 99%. When drivers trust that a charger will work every time, loyalty follows. It's the same psychological moat Apple built with its App Store simplicity through vertical control. 8. Human experience and brand presence. Supercharger V4 stations are no longer bare parking lots, they're designed experiences. The new Tesla Plaza concept combines high-speed chargers with cafes, rest zones, solar roofs, and ambient LED lighting. Some European sites even include Tesla stores and Cybertruck showcases to create a brand halo. For road trippers, these spaces turn downtime into engagement, a subtle yet powerful form of marketing. 9. Scaling for the next billion kilowatts. To maintain momentum, Tesla is investing heavily in automated deployment. Factory-built Supercharger V4 kits are pre-assembled into containers at Gigafactory New York, shipped globally, and installed within 48 hours. This modularity slashes construction time by 70%. The company aims to add 10,000 new stalls per year, doubling network capacity by 2027. Tesla also experiments with megacharger integration for the semi-truck fleet and low-power city chargers for dense urban neighborhoods. Every node, regardless of power level, links back to Tesla's unified energy management platform. When Tesla launched the first supercharger back in 2012, critics called it a boutique network for luxury EVs. Today, that boutique has become a behemoth, and every major automaker and energy company is racing to catch up. The debut of Supercharger V4 forces an uncomfortable question across the industry. If Tesla controls the fastest, most reliable network on the planet, what's left for everyone else? The benchmark, nice, uptime versus patchy rivals. Tesla's biggest competitive weapon isn't just raw speed, it's consistency. Independent audits into 4 by J.D. Power showed superchargers achieving 99.2% uptime compared with 85 to 90% for rivals such as Electrify America and IONITY. Drivers know that a Tesla stall will almost always work. The card reader won't freeze and the cable won't hang limply in an out-of-order state. This reliability stems from vertical integration. Tesla designs its own hardware, builds the software, and runs diagnostics from its Palo Alto control center. IONITY depends on equipment from multiple vendors. Electrify America contracts regional maintenance firms. More moving parts mean more failure points. For consumers, that reliability translates into trust, and for policymakers allocating infrastructure grants, it translates into confidence that taxpayer money won't be wasted on offline chargers. 2. Speed wars, 325 kWh versus 350 kW, but it's not that simple. On paper, IONITY's and Electrify America's 300 to 150 kW units look slightly faster than Tesla's 325 kW. In reality, few cars can sustain that top rate for more than a few seconds. Tesla's thermal management algorithms maintain higher average power throughout the session, so a Model Y or Cybertruck often finishes first despite the lower headline figure. Lucid's 900V architecture and Porsche's Taycan still hold bragging rights for brief, ultra-fast peaks, but their drivers face a fragmented charging experience. Different apps, memberships, and payment glitches. Tesla's single-tap authentication remains unmatched. 3. geographic coverage, and user experience. Tesla leads in coverage density over 60,000 stalls in 45 countries. IONITY, backed by BMW, Ford, and Hyundai, operates roughly 3,000 chargers across Europe. Electrify America has about 4,000 in the US. Many regions: Scandinavia, Canada's north, Australia's outback, rely exclusively on Tesla for long-distance EV travel. That dominance shapes perception. Superchargers have become the Wi-Fi of the EV world, so expected that drivers plan routes around them. Competitors may build chargers, but Tesla builds habits. 4. The business battle: energy margins versus hardware economics. While rivals often operate on government subsidies, Tesla turns its network into a profit center. Analysts at Bloomberg NEF estimate Tesla's average gross margin per kilowatt-hour sold at 20–25% thanks to vertical supply solar integration and low maintenance. IONITY reportedly runs at a loss. Electrify America depends on Volkswagen's diesel settlement funds. Tesla also sells hardware to other companies under its supercharger-powered licensing model, earning revenue without diluting brand value. By 2028, Wall Street projects the charging division alone could exceed $5 billion in annual EBITDA, rivaling mid-tier utilities. 5. Public funding and political influence. Because Tesla opened its network to all EVs via CCS/NACS, it now qualifies for NEVI and EU AFIR subsidies. Competitors are suddenly lobbying to match that eligibility. Government contracts bring not only funding, but also influence. Tesla gains a seat at the regulatory table, shaping future standards. It's a rare scenario, private leadership steering public infrastructure. Where past automakers fought emission rules, Tesla helps write the rulebook. 6. Chinese giants and regional rivals. The world's largest EV market. China tells a different story. Here, Tesla competes with State Grid EV Service, XPeng Supercharge, and BYD PowerLink. These networks deploy 480 kWh liquid-cooled units that rival Tesla V4 in raw power. However, fragmentation remains high. Payment systems and connectors differ by province. Tesla's global advantage lies in standardization. One connector, one app, one ecosystem. Still, Chinese rivals push innovation fast. Wireless charging pilots, battery swap stations, even robotic arms. The competition from the East ensures Tesla can't grow complacent. 7. Oil majors enter the ring. Shell, Recharge, BP Pulse, and Total Energies are converting gas stations into hybrid sites, combining fuel pumps and high-speed EV chargers. Their edge: real estate. Tesla's edge: technology and brand loyalty. BP's $100 million deal in 2024 to purchase Tesla V4 hardware for its US sites shocked the market. It effectively turned an oil company into a Tesla client. That symbolic partnership underlines an ironic truth: to stay relevant, even fossil fuel giants must now plug into Tesla's ecosystem. 8. User psychology and brand dominance. For EV drivers, charging isn't just a transaction, it's a ritual. The calm red glow of a supercharger stall, the silent handshake between car and network, the progress bar climbing with musical precision, these moments create emotional attachment. Rival networks feel transactional. Tesla feels personal. That brand intimacy reinforces sales survey data show over 80% of Tesla owners cite the supercharger network as a major reason for choosing the brand. In marketing terms, the charger itself is an advertisement glowing along every highway. 9. Challenges. Facing Tesla. Dominance invites scrutiny. Critics warn of over-centralization if one company controls the bulk of charging infrastructure. Governments may impose interoperability or pricing regulations. There's also the risk of grid congestion as power demand spikes. To mitigate, Tesla's energy division expands solar and battery storage at charging sites, but scaling remains capital-intensive. Another challenge: customer expectations. As non-Tesla EVs flood the network, wait times may rise, potentially eroding the premium experience. Tesla's solution, real-time queuing AI and dynamic pricing, will be tested in 2026 as adoption explodes. 10. Market impact and future dominion. Tesla's rivals inadvertently strengthen its moat by adopting the NACS connector. Ford, GM, and others give Tesla free distribution. Every non-Tesla vehicle using a supercharger reinforces its status as the default EV infrastructure. It's a network effect rarely seen in automotive history, comparable to Android's app ecosystem or Visa's payment network. If current growth rates hold, Tesla could control 40% of global fast charging capacity by 2027. That dominance grants pricing power, data insight, and political leverage, an enviable triad for any energy company. In 2012, when Elon Musk unveiled the first Tesla Supercharger, he stood beside a Model S in a California parking lot and made a bold promise. You'll be able to drive anywhere in the country, powered purely by sunlight. At the time, it sounded utopian. Charging stations powered by solar energy. Cross-country electric travel. Even among Tesla's fans, many doubted it would scale. Fast forward to 2025, and that dream hasn't just scaled, it has evolved into something much more profound. Supercharger V4 isn't simply a new machine. It's the physical manifestation of Musk's long-term philosophy to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, not through slogans, but through infrastructure. 1. The man behind the network. To understand V4, you have to understand the way Musk thinks. His vision isn't linear, it's systems level. When others saw charging, he saw an energy loop: solar generation, battery storage, vehicle charging, grid feedback. That loop underpins Tesla Energy's entire business today. Musk often describes the supercharger network as the nervous system of electric transport. Each node, each charging site transmits information, energy, and experience across continents. Under his direction, Tesla treats the network not as a product, but as a living organism that evolves through data. Every car that plugs in contributes telemetry, charging speed, battery temperature, environmental factors, which feed AI models that continuously refine performance. It's this feedback loop that allowed Tesla to design V4 so efficiently. Instead of relying on theoretical lab data, engineers had billions of real-world sessions logged from V2 and V3 chargers. As one Tesla insider told Electrify, "We don't just design hardware, we design behavior." 2. The philosophy of open energy. For years, critics accused Tesla of keeping its network closed, a private club for Tesla drivers. Musk's decision to open it to other brands marked a philosophical shift. In interviews, he's explained the reasoning simply. Our goal has never been to create walled gardens. Our goal is to make sustainable energy mainstream. By allowing Ford, GM, Hyundai, and Rivian vehicles to charge at Tesla stations, Musk essentially bet on cooperation over competition. It's a rare move in corporate history, giving away your most valuable infrastructure advantage to serve a bigger mission. Yet that generosity is strategic. Every new EV plugged into Tesla's grid strengthens the company's ecosystem and its data dominance. Inside Tesla, employees call this the network effect of good, a belief that openness multiplies impact. As Musk often says, if the future's electric, we all win faster. 3. The design story. Function, emotion, and purpose. Walk up to a supercharger. V4 stall, and you'll notice something different. It's taller, cleaner, almost sculptural. The side-mounted cable glows subtly with LED light, the same hue as Tesla's new interface theme, not for show but for calmness and visibility. Franz von Holzhausen, Tesla's chief designer, once joked that even the chargers have to look fast. But behind the aesthetics lies purpose accessibility. The longer cable, wider lane spacing, and softer edges were designed after observing thousands of drivers, parents wrangling kids, truckers parking big vehicles, elderly users needing easier reach. Supercharger V4 is therefore not just a machine, it's human-centered engineering. It embodies Tesla's belief that sustainability shouldn't feel complicated, it should feel natural. 4. A story from the Netherlands. In March 2023, the first public V4 station opened quietly in Harderwijk, the Netherlands. No grand ceremony, no press event, just a few local drivers discovering sleek new towers with longer cables. Among them was a non-Tesla driver with a Hyundai Ioniq 5. He plugged in paid through the Tesla app and posted a simple message online. This feels like the future. That tweet went viral, symbolizing what Musk's team had hoped for all along. A world where charging feels universal. In that small Dutch town, Tesla's philosophy of openness had its first real-world proof. 5. Inside the mindset, speed as empathy. To Musk, speed isn't just about convenience, it's about empathy. He once remarked at a company meeting, "Every minute a person waits to charge is a minute of their life we can give back." That's why the pursuit of 500 kWh charging isn't a technical race, it's a human one. Tesla engineers talk about reducing waiting time as reducing friction to joy. It's the same ethos that drives every Tesla product, from instant torque in cars to one-click updates in software. V4 carries that spirit forward. Its faster cooling, smarter routing, and higher voltage aren't just engineering feats, they're expressions of care for the user experience. In Tesla's culture, that is the product. 6. Musk's long-term vision. In the long run, Musk sees charging as invisible, something so seamless it fades into the background. Cars will self-park, self-plug, and charge automatically. Energy will come from renewable sources, stored locally in megapacks. Human interaction will be optional, not required. In his 2024 shareholder letter, Musk wrote, "The ultimate goal is energy autonomy for individuals, vehicles, and the planet." Supercharger V4 is the stepping stone to that autonomy. It's the junction where vehicle grid and AI meet, and it's only the beginning. Tesla's roadmap hints at robotic plug systems and wireless inductive pads for future models. In that vision, the act of charging disappears altogether, replaced by continuous energy flow. 7. The human side of scale. Yet beneath the global ambition lies something deeply human. Tesla employees speak of a unique pride when a new supercharger site goes live, often in remote areas where EV travel once seemed impossible. From technicians braving blizzards in Norway to teams wiring solar roofs in Nevada's desert heat, each installation is a quiet act of progress. A field engineer once described it best: "We're not just building chargers, we're connecting people from one side of the world to another." That human network spanning languages and landscapes might be Musk's most enduring legacy. The story of Supercharger V4 is not just about faster electrons or sleeker cables, it's about the blueprint for Tesla's next decade. With each new stall rising along highways and city streets, the company tightens its grip on what could become the world's most valuable energy distribution network, a system that moves not oil, but information-rich electricity. 1. The road ahead. By 2027, Tesla expects to double its global footprint to 120,000 stalls, half of them upgraded to the V4 platform. Internal projections suggest that average charging time will fall below 10 minutes once 500 kWh capability is unlocked, placing EV refueling on par with gasoline stops. As vehicle fleets electrify from delivery vans to semi-trucks, the supercharger grid will evolve into a multi-tier ecosystem. Megachargers for heavy transport, urban V4 modules for dense cities, and solar-powered micro-hubs for remote regions. Each node will communicate through Tesla AutoBidder AI balancing power flow, predicting demand and trading surplus energy in real time. In effect, Tesla is building a planet-wide operating system for mobility. 2. Market implications. Financial analysts increasingly treat Tesla less as an automaker and more as a distributed energy company. Charging revenue grid services and data licensing could form a business vertical worth tens of billions annually by the early 2030s. More profoundly, this shift pressures legacy automakers to rethink their identities. Selling cars is no longer enough. They must now sell access to power. Governments too will depend on Tesla's uptime and coverage to meet emission goals. In that sense, every Supercharger V4 installed isn't just a corporate asset, it's public infrastructure wearing a Tesla badge. 3. The broader vision. Imagine a world where your home, car, and workplace share the same energy cloud, where your Tesla vehicle charges from rooftop solar, then powers your home during a blackout, all managed by one interface. That's the horizon Musk calls energy autonomy. V4 is the first physical step toward that invisible network where charging stations blur into the background of everyday life. 4. Call to action. As we stand on the verge of the 500 kWh era, the question isn't whether the world will electrify, it's who will lead it. If Supercharger V4 is any indication, Tesla isn't merely keeping pace, it's drawing the map itself. So the next time you see those glowing red arcs along a highway, remember they're not just chargers, they're milestones on humanity's fastest road toward a sustainable future. Subscribe to Tesla Insights for weekly deep dives into the technology strategy and vision driving the electric revolution, and join the conversation shaping tomorrow's energy world.